As the Father explains today, not all forms of disdain are negative. The disgrace of the cross was something that I detested, and I am not insulted when you dislike the things in your life that are in opposition to the promises that I have made. Do not allow yourself to become sidetracked, and do not allow yourself to be misled. In my word, I did not state that I should express gratitude for everything. I told you to express gratitude in every aspect of your life. I am grateful for what? We are grateful for the assurance that you will be rescued from any contradiction. I am attempting to eliminate from your life any and all issues that are in conflict with the promise that I have made to you. Because the suffering you are experiencing does not align with my word, you do not have to pretend that it is not happening by pretending that it is not happening. Consider the inconsistency in its entirety and then declare, I despise you because this is in direct opposition to the promise that my Father made. I have made it clear to you, Father, that it is time to wage battle against those who defy my promises. I had no intention of denying you the benefits that the cross has provided for you. You are allowed to heal. You are allotted provision. Bring about your own deliverance as well as deliverance for your seed. Your seed will be delivered by me. It is because of your testimony that your children will stand up and name you blessed. They will be blessed by your testimony. Due to the fact that you have enabled me to work in your life, I will work in their lives as well. Were you able to comprehend that? Your children and the others you care about will benefit from my presence in their lives because you have given me permission to work in your own life. This is the mercy that you have purchased for those who come after you, so that they may be lifted up and delivered in the midst of their struggle and suffering, says the Father. This day, the Father instructs us to follow Him wherever I lead you. Despite the fact that I will be taking you through the eye of the needle, I will nevertheless make you larger and increase you with all of the promises that I have made to you. You should not be saddened by the people, circumstances, and things that you are unable to accept at the place that I am taking you. The more you desire my kingdom, the more everything is added to you. The things that I am blessing you with will continue to be added to you until there is no more room for you to receive them. I will continue to add to you. Beloved, the path is steep and narrow. Even if the path may be narrow and not everyone will be able to travel it, you should be aware that you will eventually get at the spot where you will be blessed. As a matter of fact, the very narrow location where you are walking is exactly what you were praying for and asking for over and over again. The statement that you made while you were under a lot of pressure and said, I didn't ask for this, was not accurate. You have submitted a request for my best and my highest for your life and my love, and this is the way that will lead you to that destination. Recognize and accept the burden of bearing the cross of obedience. In the same way that I carried my cross, you are to carry your own version of it. Despite the fact that the cross you bear is a cross, it is still a yoke. It is a load that is light. I chose to do the laborious work. Never in your life will you be asked to carry something that I sacrificed my life to remove from you. This is not what men have taught, but the words that they have spoken about me are not true. I will never cause you to become ill because I gave my life to keep illness at bay from people like you. I will never choose to reject you because I have been rejected in the hopes that you will be accepted. Due to the fact that I used to be poor in order to make you wealthy, I will never allow you to be poor. Believing the good news, the Father says, and accepting the narrow route and the eye of the needle so that I may lead you to everything that I have for you today are both things that you should do. In today's message, the Father declares, my light has spread throughout the entire earth. It is being done away with the darkness. As for others, I have summoned them to come, and I have also called them to leave. Is it possible for you to go? Have you made the decision to establish your foundations in the shadows? Are you willing to construct anything, rather than relying on the framework that someone else has already established? The apostolic spirit is the one that denies the opportunity to harvest in the vineyard of another individual. The group of people who are not enlightened is currently engaged in the process of constructing walls around something that I have stated will continue to be devoid of walls. It is the Father who urges you to emerge from the sham security that is provided by the religious superstructure. For the sake of establishing in you the unadulterated and unrestricted truth of exactly what I have called you to, I invite you to come out to me outside of the camp. Have you made up your mind to come out? Do you have the willingness to go to the extreme on this? Would you be willing to follow me to such an extent that many around you would not accept you in polite society if you did so? Are you willing to devote your life to me to such an extent that others would not even consider you to be a good Christian? Are you willing to go to such great lengths to accomplish this? I have not called you to be a Christian, says the Father. Rather, I have called you to belong to me as your faithful companion. From this day forward, I will tell you to bind your sandals onto your feet. Because your assignment is changing, and because I am taking you to a place where other people are not invited to go, you should take your staff in your hands and let us walk first. I have entered into my rest, and now it is time for you to enter into your rest, which is what the Father says today. A day of rest has been granted to the community of faith on this particular day. In order to experience or obtain anything, men work hard, look for it, and look for it in secret, yet, I am here to tell you that it is already available. My kingdom does not come with the expectation of something, someday, because I tell you that I have placed the instrument of your salvation in your hands. I have put it in your hands. What exactly are you holding in your hand? What is the point of standing there and gazing up into heaven as if I am not already enthroned in your heart and life? I am not waiting on you, and you are not waiting on me. I won't wait on you. Right now, I am working, I am not waiting. I am working in you to will and to please me, and I am doing both of these things. I ask that you acknowledge my process, dear, since it is working inside you to bring about the fulfillment of your greatest goal and the deepest heart's desire. Declare to your spirit, I will not fail to hit the target. Anyone who is willing to take me at my word will be given the opportunity to fulfill a lofty calling in this world. Have you some faith in this? In fact, I am the resurrection. Those aspects of your life that you believe to be extinct and buried are being brought back to life by me. In heaven, there are no cemeteries or graveyards. Do you not remember that I instructed you to pray as if you were in heaven? Heaven does not have any benches designated for mourners. Heaven is devoid of mourners and counselors of any kind. Take a step away from them and establish your own identity. I want you to separate yourself from the wonderful promise that I have placed deep within you. To experience the totality of what I have in store for you, you must first sequester yourself to my promise and only my promise. Only then will you be able to experience the possibility of being shaken together. Today, the Father tells us that all that I have to offer you is the present now. It is a waste of time to dwell on the passing of time. Considering that I am not the God of the past but rather the God of the present moment, there is no need to look back. It is a waste of time to harbor a desire in your heart for a future that you have envisaged. Every wish you have for the future is now manifesting itself in the form of seeds, fruits, and harvests in the present moment. Are you able to provide an answer right now? If this is the case, then why would you listen to the scribes and Pharisees who are denying you the truth of my presence in your life right now? It is the past that they point to, and they prevent you from accessing it. They preach about the future, but they make it impossible for you to get there. It is my intention to inform you that the curtain of disqualification has been lifted, and I am now bringing you into the fullness of everything that I have promised. Avoid living below the level of your privileges. What you anticipate will be available in the future is already available to you. The reason I gave you and every other guy the amount of faith is because of this. Instantaneously, I have made good on all of my promises to you. Now is the time for you. This is your time to shine. You are about to be delivered at this very moment. This moment is the day that you will be saved. You now have access to provide. It is now your time to heal. At this moment, chains are being broken. The current state of affairs is transitioning from the experience of disappointment and a decline to the experience of blessing and favor. Right now is the time for you. Embrace it and walk in it, for it is the part that I have given you by my hand. Abide in me, says the Father, and I will abide in you. This is what he says today. Do you have any idea where the seed of incorruptibility that I have placed in you originated from? The incorruptible seed of who I am that is found in you began in the tree that I withheld from Adam when he engaged in sinful behavior. As a result of Adam's use of the tree of knowledge, I expelled him from the garden in order to prevent him from accessing the tree of life that I am within you. On the other hand, I have made available to you in the person of my only begotten Son everything that I did not include Adam in. I have not only provided you with the opportunity to drink of the tree of life, but I have also begun the process of planting the seed of that tree within you. It is taking shape. This day, it is converting you into my whole image and changing you in the process. Do not go from me, says the Father. The vine that is located in the middle of the garden is me. Due to the fact that I have received you, I am that vintage when you are whole. This is your piece of completeness. Recuperation is yours to enjoy today. Take advantage of it and make use of it by utilizing the power of your faith. In the depths that others would not allow you to enter, you have the opportunity to do so. Here is where one might discover the wisdom that pertains to me. You can only learn what I have to teach you through the process of culmination and fullness. It is not through outward evidence. I knock on the door while standing at it. As you continue to give yourself up to me on a daily basis, I will remodel and transform all you know until nothing is able to touch or hold you in any manner, including fear, lack, or death. Bringing your thoughts into the obedience of Christ on this day is what the Father is saying to you today. When that happens, my voice will be audible within you, and there will be no distractions that will obliterate what I am communicating to you on the inside. Refuse to communicate with the sons of the stranger who are wanting to establish touch with you. It is not acceptable to acknowledge the assertion made by men that you are a dry tree. I would not call you a dry tree. I have a flourishing branch in my kingdom, and you are mine. You have already produced fruit, and you will continue to produce fruit. Each and every one of the outcomes of your circumstances and situations is influenced by the original extract of my life, which is located on the inside of you. Your heart, where I sit enthroned, is the source of abundance in me. It is not your mind that is the source of abundance. I, and not you, am the one who is responsible for the quality. You can have faith that the outcome will be certain and will not fail in any manner because it is my strength that is producing it. The route that I have laid out for your feet is just in front of you. First and foremost, the spiritual senses that I have bestowed upon you are there to facilitate the identification of who I am inside you and who you are within me. On the inside of you, I descended from the very bottom of the earth, from the very foundation of the globe, to the very lowest portions of the planet. At the same time as I strolled through the streets of Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, I am currently strolling along the avenues of your heart, spirit, and mind. To declare who I am and who you are, I am standing within you and making this declaration. The manifestation of my life is taking place within you, my dear. No matter what happens, I will never abandon you or leave you behind. I will establish you and bring you to a higher level. I will make myself known in you, and the glory that I bring to you will be reflected in your life and circumstances as I deliver, set free, and meet every need. Today, the Father encourages you to welcome the testimony of my Spirit that resides inside you. It is a false witness to testify that there is a lack of. Those who testify that there is struggle and brokenness are giving false testimony. These things did not begin in me, and as a result, they are unable to exert any influence or control on you in any way. It is the Father who says, I am one with you. Together, you and I are one. Death is unable to keep you any longer than it is able to hold me. At this moment, allow my yes and amen of life, as well as life that is more plentiful, to take hold of you. This day, allow your life to become a catch that breaks the net through the power of your faith. There is a resurrection of myself in you. I am pulling you up and out of the muck of adversity that you are now experiencing today. Today is the day that I will place your foot on the rock to remain there. Because of who I am and what I am doing in and through you, you must make the decision to be a witness bearer, not of the false witness but of the truth witness. The promise that is included within my word is a reflection of the authentic witness. Despite the fact that other people may only focus on the bad, my promise in you is both yes and amen. When it comes to you, my default response is yes. Could you take the word yes as your portion for the day? I did not shape and fashion you in the bowels of your mother in order to bring you out into denial and drag you down because of it. Step into the entitlement that comes with having a son today. On this day, you are cleansed by the blood of the sacrifice that was made on Calvary, and you are entitled to everything that heaven has to offer. It is not for the sake of establishing a religious expression that I spun the worlds off into space, as the Father has instructed us today. It was not my intention to send Jesus to earth to live and die on the cross in order to construct a structure that would have a steeple on each and every corner of the street. That is what I told my son David. What kind of house will man construct for me? On what altar is it possible for man to offer a sacrifice that would be acceptable to my holiness? In spite of this, I extended an invitation to you, via the blood that Christ shed, to get nearer to me and to know me as your all in all and the Father of who you are at your most fundamental level. The resources that I have stored deep within you are waiting for you to come and drink them. Take a deep dive into the uncharted territories of who I am on the inside of you on this particular day. When you immerse yourself in that reality and truth, you will emerge spotless and completely complete. Become capable of seeing the difference between something that is fake and something that is genuine within yourself. I look for and long for a heart that is presented to me in a state of holiness and honesty. Despite the fact that I am not striving for perfection, you should know that I will bring about your perfection. Let yourself be carried away by the entirety of everything that I have planned for you. You must not give in to the opinions of those around you concerning the potential that you possess in me. In the presence of me, there is no obstacle that cannot be overcome. It is I, the God, who loves you with a love that cannot be comprehended. There is nothing minor or inconsequential about the things that I am accomplishing in your life presently. Accept this day and everything that I have planned for it, even though you are aware that the magnitude of it is beyond your comprehension. I am working to will and perform my good pleasure in you today, so you can entrust me with the things that you do not understand. I am working to accomplish both of these things. This day, the Father declares, I designate you as an inheritor. The Father declares that you are the one who will inherit the promise. The things that I have promised are still fresh in my mind, and I remember you as the person to whom I made the promise. There is not a single word that you have placed your trust in me for that will be lost. In the event that you walk through life without ever having the opportunity to experience the whole of my being, then I become a lie. Due to the fact that I am not a man, I should not lie, nor am I a son of man, thus I should not repent. As far as my word is concerned, I have not altered my opinion toward you to any degree. Despite the fact that several people have stated that I will change my mind, I am adamant. When it comes to faithfulness, I am the very embodiment of the concept. You will be able to take control of your belongings and participate in everything that I have made possible by means of the blood that was shed at Calvary. Enjoy the benefits that are rightfully yours today. The advantage that you enjoy as a child of redemption is appropriate, according to your faith. From this point on, until the promise is made visible, let your faith in who I am in you serve as the substance of the promise. When the time comes, you will find that the serenity that you have in possession of the content of trust will be just as reassuring to you as the promise itself is. This is the life that is lived with the assumption that I will be good. Even before you were born, I have been preparing this fresh and innovative approach for you. I have been doing this for you. Make your way out of the world of death and into the land of my promise that has been established. You will not fail as long as you keep your focus on me and refuse to be amazed or disheartened in any manner. It will not fail, and you will not fail either. This day, the Father exhorts you to recognize who you are in me. On this life, your identity is not determined by the circumstances surrounding your birth or by the position you have on this journey. Keep in mind that you are more than just a collection of flesh and blood because of who I am in you. For all intents and purposes, you have been reborn from the seed that cannot be corrupted. That seed that was planted in me is the one from which you are born. I created you before the world was framed, and I made the decision in my sovereignty that you would be spotless and blameless before me in love. I gave birth to you. Do not allow yourself to be consumed by feelings of guilt or regret. Do not allow oneself to be perceived as less than or as not being adequate. Because of your position of blood-bought entitlement in my kingdom, the drawbacks of your status on earth are being overshadowed by the benefits you receive there. To me, you are my child. I am your complete and utter sufficiency, or so I have promised to myself, because there is nothing more than I am. I am the source of your health. I am the source of your prosperity. This is your citizenship, I am. The abundance you want is me. The promise that my word makes is that it cannot be broken, and this is this promise. There will be shifts in the circumstances, but my word will remain unchanged. Whenever I bless you, I will bless you, and whenever I multiply you, I will multiply you. I am your defense and the reward that is above your wildest dreams. I solemnly swear that this is the truth of my oath, which cannot be modified or overturned in any way. The Father encourages us to have faith in the promise. Trust in the truthfulness and reliability of the words that I have spoken. It is imperative that you do not give in to any other erroneous conclusion regarding who you truly are and what your future holds. However, your life is not your own. I have ownership of it. In your life, I am experiencing what it is like to be a human being. My promise is that it will always be life, and that it will be life in greater abundance. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, I am your banner today. I have hung the banner of I am that I am over your life, and I am your Jehovah Nissi at this very moment. Upon the raising of the banner, each angelic army that has been assigned to you will immediately begin to focus on your circumstances and situation. When you look around, you will notice that there is evidence that angels are around and that they are working. I have placed my glory within you, and the angels are constantly pressing into that glory. They are not only protecting you, but they are also protecting the glory as well, which is my glory that is contained inside you. In the same way that angels guard the Ark of the Covenant, your heart itself is the Ark of my presence, and they will attend to your life as the sacred place that I have assigned for you. By doing this, the Father continues, I will make it clear to the adversary that your life is within my domain region. As soon as the adversary makes an attempt to invade your life, I shall respond with fire. You are experiencing the fire that I am putting into your life in order to drive away the adversary and cause my blessing to be your heritage. It is not true that I have concealed anything from you in any way. Instead, I would like for you to enter a revitalized state of cooperation with what I am doing. Every morning, begin your day by saying, Yes, Lord. As you go to sleep each night, say to yourself, Speak, Lord, it is I who will lead you. You will be guided by me. Your concept of the extent to which I am involved in every facet of your existence will be reimagined as a result of the remarkable ways in which I will guide you. This day, the Father encourages you to open your heart. Tell your heart to be open and accepting. You should tell your feelings to be still and that the storm of disappointment will be brought under control. This day, make it your mission to not just forgive, but to forgive 70 times 7. When this occurs, your testimony will be unadulterated, and your heart will be at peace with regard to the disappointments that have occurred in the past. Behold, I will bring those who have harmed you in the past to you. I will accomplish this. You will find yourself in situations that bring you face to face with individuals who have caused you pain in the past that you will encounter. When you make it your goal to be kind, you will be rewarded with the character trait of an obedient son who puts the heart of the Father ahead of your own rights. In the words of the Father, make it your goal to live a life of love. For I am love. As a person, I am love. This is what I do, I love. I am unable to act in a manner that is indifferent to love. Because if I did something that was not motivated by love, then I would cease to be God, which is not something that can happen. In every event and circumstance, make this love, even my love, your default answer. Adopt it as your default response. Love, and please continue to love. You can only truly love someone when your hopes and dreams are dashed and your wants are thwarted. I love you even while you are being ridiculed and insulted. When you are misrepresented and lied about, you should love it. It's just love. Best wishes and love. God bless and love those who oppose you. Those who stare right through you as if you do not exist deserve your love and blessing. As a result of your actions, you will be sped through the midst of the hardship into a position where you will be blessed and offered rest by my hand. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, I am providing for you from the glory that I have. In the heavenlies, there is a stockpile of many kinds of blessings. Call upon that provisioning through the prayers that you say with your mouth. In the course of your life, you will refer to me by the name Jehovah Jireh. The same way that I gave Abraham a ram that was entangled in the thicket, I am making everything that you require available to you, and I am present in my own person, at the precise moment when you have the greatest need for it. The timing is in my hands. Know that there is a supply available. Take into consideration the testimony of my faithfulness in the past, and be aware that what I did for you in the past is a representation of the amazing things that I will perform for you in this time of need. Therefore, the Father does not encourage hopelessness. Do not allow yourself to be pessimistic in your expectations. Righteousness, peace, and joy are the hallmarks of my reign. You must not let the difficulty of your circumstance deprive you of the joy that you deserve. It is imperative that you do not permit anything or anyone to rob you of my tranquility. It will appear to them that you are being overly optimistic. You are going to be accused of not caring by them. In today's environment, worrying and compassion are synonymous. Even in the most trying of circumstances, I want you to remember that there is nothing to worry about. Not only should you be careful about nothing, but you should also be thankful for everything, since my blessing will be returned to you in fullness in every scenario and circumstance that you are currently experiencing.